Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mike and Corey Beth here, and we are continuing on this summer fat loss strategy series that we started earlier this week. And yesterday, you had made mention of something that automatically triggered me, and really what this part 3, which was around identity, since we're talking specifically about what we do during the summer in order to continue our progress, to maintain the progress we've made, because none of us are going to be that person that just throws it all the way, right? So why don't you start with what the statement that you made yesterday that stimulated all of this?
I'm a sugar craver. And it's funny because, I said that tongue in cheek, but it was actually very natural to come out because that's what I always used to say. I'm just a sugar craver. I just have a sweet tooth. I'm a sweet tooth junkie. I mean, these are some of the lines I say. And it's funny because I hear clients say them and they'll say things like, well, I'm just a summer drinker. Well, I'm just a summer snacker, or I'm just a snacker. I'm just a grazer. We literally are taking our habit and associating our identity with it. So it's kind of like when you become a parent, all of a sudden, like you're a mom or you're a dad, right? Like that's an identity we take on. But I think the crazy thing is we do it around habits so much so that it becomes part of our identity.
Absolutely. And I mean, what are some of the other identities that people hold on to during the summer? I mean, I could think right away that one is, you have like, I'm a vacationer. And so because I'm a vacationer, that means that I have to enjoy or indulge in all these things while I'm on vacation because that's just what you do, right? Or I know we were talking about this last week too, like I'm the type of person that, and then you fill in the blank. And that is an identity statement, guys. Like it doesn't always have to be an I am statement. Sometimes it's I'm the type of person that, and then whatever behavior that is, that's what you are. And that's what's going to either make or break your progress specifically during these next few months.
Well, there's one other one that came up actually yesterday. Weird. It came up 3 times with 3 different people. And it was the line, I'm a mess. And I was just like, all right, we got some work to do here, because saying something, and I said that, don't make that bad of a face because I used to say that myself all the time. I feel like I'm such a mess, but like there's some sort of honor almost I had over myself. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just so funny that I'm such a mess. Like I just come barreling into your house because I'm a mess. It was almost humorous. But I think when we really take away some of that initial emotion and we look at that identity for what it is, do I really want to be a mess? Do you want to be known as a mess? And so again, started changing a lot of my verbiage, which helps me to change your verbiage because I see it and I recognize it because that I was the biggest user of many of these things. So the first step in this is awareness. You have to be aware of what you say. And even after you think, this is like metacognitive thought here, guys, but after you say something, be like, why did I say that? Or when you feel a certain way, why do I feel that way? When you have the ability to think about what you think about, then there's an opportunity for change rather than just, that's just the way I am. I just get upset at situations. I'm just a yeller or whatever it is. Everybody says this stuff all day long and nobody's even aware of it, but now you are. So this is a really cool first step in the process is what are you saying? The second step is, do you want to be known by that? Or do you want that to be your identity? Do you want to be a salty craver? Do you want to be a sweet tooth binger? Like, do you want to be that? And if the answer is no, well, then what can we replace it with? Or get rid of it. Like you don't have to say that. You just become aware of it. I like to replace. I kind of think of like Newton's law of energy, like an object at motion continues at motion. You cannot destroy energy, right? So it's almost like if we have a statement, I don't like to just say like, stop saying it. I like to put something else in its place, something typically that's more empowering or something that's positive. So instead of I'm a this, we can say, you know what? I'm a really hard worker. I'm a really healthy eater. I'm really determined when it comes to my goals. I'm a goal achiever, right? Not just a goal setter. I actually achieve my goals.
Yeah, you can, and that makes a great point because you can't leave a vacuum. And that's what many people do is they say, all right, I'm going to stop doing this. It's just like habits. Yeah. When somebody stops smoking, what it happens is it creates a vacuum. And then that person is looking for something to fill that vacuum, right? There's something that's left over. So then that's when that person might go to eating. That's when that person might indulge in other negative behaviors, or they might indulge in more positive behaviors. So you have that opportunity to make that decision for yourself because you're a decision maker. To make that decision for yourself.
That was good.
You like that, right? That I'm going to fill that void, or I'm going to make this identity shift to something that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not have to be one of these like super duper, I'm always positive type of person. Like,
hold on. Am I always positive, Mike? Can you please tell them? Because I think a lot of you think I'm always positive. Am I always positive?
Definitely not. Definitely not. And I think most people know that I'm definitely not.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
So, I mean, listen, I will be an optimistic type, but that's the difference is, you can't be all positive and everything is rainbows and roses all the time. I mean, there's going to be, no, it never is for any of us. But with that said, that doesn't mean you can't have a positive outlook. That doesn't mean you can't be optimistic. That doesn't mean you can't change your identity to those things which are going to serve you, because the whole purpose of this is not trying to change who you are per se, even though that is going to be an effect, but it's to change your thoughts, like Corey Beth started off with. And by changing your thoughts, that's when everything else starts to fall in place. So you have to begin there. If you think you're going to go on this journey or get through the summer without changing your thoughts around it, that you're just going to do the tactical stuff or try to implement the tactical stuff, it never works, because if you're not the type of person that follows through, right? If that's what you tell yourself, guess what's going to happen? We can give you all the tactics. It's not going to matter. And that's why such a big part of what we often talk about with all of our clients or potential clients is that let's talk about follow through. I mean, I made mention on day one, like 8 out of 10 people go at it alone when it comes to a diet.
Wow.
8 out of 10, they try to do it on their own and without a support system. So then should it be shocking that 97% of people who actually hit their goal lose all their results within 2 years? Should it also be a shock that 4 times a year, somebody will try a fad diet?
It's crazy.
So if you're going at it alone and you keep trying fad diets, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fall into that 97% category. And most people actually just give up in the first 2 weeks. 25% give up like in the first 2 weeks of even trying.
I was going to say, how about 30 days? I think oftentimes I made it to day 3 and I was like, screw this, So that accountability piece is huge. And I just want to really drive home something that you said, because I think a lot of people are like, okay, like I'm going to change my thoughts, but I have to practice it 21 days to become a habit. No. Let me tell you something. I had a conversation with someone once who had smoked 40, 45 years. And I was like, how did you start smoking? One day I picked up a cigarette and here I am. Did they practice smoking for 21 days or did they just, right? And that's all it takes for us too. I think that we make it way more complicated than it needs to be, which is why that accountability piece is huge. And so if you do need help on that, hello, we got you. And even we can assign you. I'm actually going to put a post in our VIP group about assigning accountability buddies for the summer.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one.
People working together to hold each other accountable, send meals, send ideas.
Will you be my accountability partner?
No.
I'll be yours.
I don't want you to be mine. I had a piece of bread at dinner last night.
You'll be calling Sarah. Sarah, will you be my accountability partner?
Anyway, that said, guys, yes, it really is about identity. We got to identify what we're saying, what we're thinking. We got to want to change it, because if you don't dislike it enough, you're not going to change it. There's no reason to. And then we do have to make that positive shift or change. And of course, with the glue, it's like literally like you can do 1, 2, 3, like these little blocks. And then you the glue right across all of it that really holds it all together is the accountability. The accountability is huge. So if you're in VIP, we're going to hook you up if you need that accountability buddy. If you don't feel bad about it. It's just not for you right now. It's fine. But you should probably get one. And we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.